Question 1. Tell me about yourself. Hello, thank you for taking your time to interview me. My name is Chester Erico, a sophomore at Temple University, studying business entrepreneurship in the Fox School of Business. I'm 21 years old, and this is my second semester here at Temple. I attended Bucks County Community College for 3 semesters before transferring here. Guess I would consider myself a leader for starting my own business in high school, which I'll discuss later on, and also goal-oriented for transferring myself out of community college into the Fox School of Business. I'm originally from Stockton, New Jersey, transferred high schools when my mother moved to New Hope, Solebury, Pennsylvania. While attending New Hope, Solebury, I received a Jamie Cocaine Award, which went to the student who changed his life around the most while in high school. After graduating college, I plan on opening multiple restaurants throughout the country. I guess you could say entrepreneurship runs through my father's side of the family, considering my great-grandfather came from Italy and started his own deli, and then my grandfather turned that deli into a supermarket called Erico's, which my father eventually took over. After I was born, my mother opened a bakery called Ambrosia and did catering for events as well. So I guess my parents is where I developed my passion for opening a business incorporating culinary. I've been doing networking while here at the Fox School of Business and striving to meet investors and successful business people in the restaurant business. I have been using LinkedIn as well ever since being in this class, trying to meet people that can give me advice on what the next step should be to put me ahead of the game. I'm currently attending SBO meetings at Sales Professional Organization on my way to be certified. I am also waiting to hear back from an internship from Thomas Sherwood, who owns a high-end club in Atlantic City called the Diving Horse. I have also applied for an internship at Comcast for sales for the second half of the semester, since I will be taking summer classes the first half. Question 2. Tell me about a significant accomplishment in your life. My junior year in high school, I was tired of working as a busboy and earning minimum wage in restaurants. So I decided to start my own business. At the time, my mother opened her own indoor farmers market, actually in the building where my father and grandfather owned the supermarket, which was called the Stockton Farm Market. So I walked around the farmers market trying to figure out what I could sell there to start making my own money. Then it hit me. Kennett Square is an hour away and it is the mushroom capital of the world. So that weekend, I decided to drive to Kennett Square with all the money I had, and I bought as many mushrooms as I could. Then that weekend, I ended up selling out and making a great profit. The business name was Chetty's Mushrooms, and after a couple weeks, I built up a strong clientele that was buying it, and I was buying and selling more mushrooms than I ever expected. After business grew, I began purchasing different types of products, such as different types of cheeses, olives, salami, and Rancho Gordo beans, which I was actually the only person in New Jersey selling at the time. And eventually I decided to drive to New York and purchase my own pasta making machine, where I started making my own pasta. I started out at one weekend selling 10 pounds, making 10 pounds of pasta and selling out, and eventually grew to where I was making 50 pounds of pasta a weekend and selling out every weekend. I hired a team to go to farmers markets around Bucks County, and I, at the time, had 4 farmers markets in one weekend and was selling out of my products at all the farmers markets. Farmers markets started calling me, asking me to come to be a vendor at their farmers market, which was exciting, considering when I first started business, I was calling them, begging me to be there. And eventually, I was being written up in newspapers, magazines, and my business became very well known in the area at the time. And eventually, after I got accepted into Temple University, which was always my dream after graduating high school, I was forced to sell my business to an employee of mine at the time, who was actually a friend's mother of mine. And she still runs the farmers markets still runs the business at farmers markets today, selling my products. So it is exciting knowing that Chetty's mushrooms are still being sold in farmers markets today. Question 3. Tell me about something you have learned in this class. This class taught me how important of a role culture plays in business. Culture determines how a society pretty much operates through learned and shared traditions. And in business, culture is primarily the main exponent of how a business succeeds. Values are what shape culture, is what we stand for and believe in. In business, in the business world, culture determines their values, norms, and beliefs. You'll either love or hate the culture of your business, and most job opportunities are determined by culture. Leaders of a business create shared values, which create culture. If you don't follow a company's culture, you are most likely to get fired. And if you do work based upon their culture, you're most likely to be promoted. Members of a team with a strong culture are much more likely to outperform teams that do not. As discussed in class, organizations with a strong corporate culture based on a foundation of shared values outperform other firms by a huge margin. This is supported by facts that revenue grew 4 times faster, rate of job creation grew 7 times faster, stock prices grew 12 times faster, and profit performance was 750% higher. Business with a strong organizational culture such as Zappos and Google work as a family, showing up to work and gives them a unique work environment. It makes employees excited to work. If employees all have shared values and beliefs with a unique work environment, they are more likely to work effectively. A recent article I read in the Wall Street Journal called Lessons from Facebook, How Culture Leads to Growth discusses how culture is a critical element of any successful startup. Mostly because, at the very least, you are going to spend a great deal of time with the employees and coworkers at your work, probably more time than you spend with your family and friends. And the author of the article, he was fortunate enough to be one of the first 10 employees of Facebook and was able to watch the company grow to 3,000 employees of his 10 years working there. And while the headcount grew, he said how the culture never changed. There were several points of Facebook's culture that the author Kevin Colleran was able to sketch out as the company developed a mission statement that the company was always clear about, which was to give people the power to share and make the world more open and connected. The company's onboarding experience is everyone's responsibility, not just the human resources, and everyone must go through the same extensive onboarding experience that allows the employees to learn the company's culture. This is the reason Facebook is a major corporation today, and the culture, in my opinion, is the forefront for why the business succeeds. I feel that I'm willing and able to work strongly with the culture of your company, and I'll be a great acquisition. Thank you for your time.